Like usual, thank you for being here with us today on La Luna y tus Estrellas. And as usual, when I start, please make sure that you go out there and you take your fingers and you use them and subscribe to our channel, La Luna y tus Estrellas on YouTube, La Luna tus Estrellas on Facebook, and today we are going live on Instagram, which you'll be watching me right now, which is also La Luna y tus Estrellas. So make sure that you still say, let me see, happy birthday to Cancer. We're still in Cancer. We're jumping into Leo in a couple of days, but we still say happy birthday to Cancer. Okay, big hugs, big nice things, and many blessings to all of you. So let's start with Aries. Aries, I want you to be very aware of anger that will probably come to the surface right now. There's going to be some issues going to come along that might get you a little bit upset. There's going to be some kind of special care that's going to be required from you. And when I say from you, either try to avoid, all right, by all means, getting upset or causing harm to anybody, or maybe you might get upset at somebody, and this might turn into something that you don't want. Okay, because there's a lot of anger that could be inside of you, and there's a lot of potential pain inside of you, but a lot of it, I gotta tell you something, it's more emotional than anything else. I just don't want it to fly off to become something else. Okay, and there's a lot of things here that could be physically felt by you also. This could be from somebody else that brings something to you, and everything that occurs is around your home environment. So it's something that somebody might say in your home even. You want to try to avoid all that. So try to avoid getting upset. That would be the key for you, okay? Take control of your inner frustrations. It's very possible for you. Don't try to annoy anybody else. Don't try to become overly defensive over something somebody might say, or the way that they say it, or the way that they share it. Don't let it upset your feelings, or you might want to look at what you say that might get somebody else upset, or their feelings might be hurt. So be very careful with that. I also want you to be very aware with cuts and burns and scrapes, any kind of situation that can bring you some kind of pain, anything, and I'm throwing everything in there for you. Okay, there's a lot of positives in here, but I want to try to get those negatives out of the way. Now, I want you to pay attention while you're doing things in the kitchen, like cutting the onions, tomatoes, slicing things, and you have a sharp knife. Just be kind of careful with that. Also, temper tantrums. You might lose your temper. So you have to continue to be careful. That I will tell you right now. And I think I also told you last week, be careful with issues or bumps on the head or hitting your head. And I tell you this, keep your eyes open, and I mean this, even if you are an ascendant Aries, you're an Aries or ascendant Aries, either one, right? Also, this is the moment for you to break old habits, get away from old habits that you don't want to be in touch with anymore. Also, you're going to be more in touch with things that you need, things that are for you, things that you've wanted, that you haven't been able to get. So this is the moment for you. Also, your home is going to be front and center. If you have somebody living there, or maybe somebody sharing space with you, you don't want them to share space anymore. I mean, there's going to be a decision made at home, or something has to do with your home. Also, you might try to find out, or you might want to find out, how can I spend more time at home? How can I do this? Okay, so these are things that are going to be coming up. All right, now, take a look at your future as you have it set up. If there's plans that you have that are coming up, I kind of want you to take a look at them again. Look and see what you're going to do, all right? Now, the Sun's opposition to Saturn is also occurring. So again, I want you to take a realistic view at your home, because everything is going to be centered around your house, okay? There's going to be changes that are going to be coming up, and there's going to be necessary changes that are coming up. Maybe you need more space. Maybe this is just not the place where you want to be at anymore, and this is coming up. Now, also, I want to tell you guys, if you see the green screen behind me on Instagram, understand that we have a green screen key in our studio. So when we punch that up, you might see it one way on Facebook and on Instagram. I mean, on Facebook and on YouTube, and on Instagram, you're going to see it another way if you ask, just in case. All right. Now, let's jump into Taurus. All right. Now, Taurus, be aware of what you say. how you say it, be aware of how you present things, you know. Try to listen to every detail of what's being told to you also. So pay attention to that, like what they're telling you, what you say, what's being told to you. Pay very close attention, all right? Now, if you feel upset over something and there's a special friend or maybe a close friend of yours that you can talk to before you go off with anything, you might want to speak to them. That's excellent. That's a very good idea if you do that, all right? So whatever you do, try to avoid things that might get you upset, is what I would say to you right now. So maybe share that with someone else if something comes up that you don't like, okay? Think before you jump that gun. Now, try not to pay attention to things that are going to push your buttons, or situations that push your buttons, or people that come up to you and push your buttons. You might want to stay away from that a little bit. You're going to have a major opportunity also right now to either start something new or learn something new, or maybe go on to something new. I mean, these opportunities are just coming up for you right now, so take advantage of them, all right? If something new gets posed to you, I gotta tell you something, it's gonna prove to be beneficial at the end, all right? So think about everything that's in front of you right now. Also, instead of taking on more responsibilities, you can see if you might be able to downsize, or you might be able to pare things down, or just keep them simpler, all right? And I do mean that with everything that's around you. You don't want to take on more, because more is going to be presented to you. And if it's something that you feel is not going to require a lot of responsibility, then go ahead with it. But other than that, I would not. There's going to be an issue that you might have had with a past relationship, or an opportunity that you might think that comes up, and you might say, you know what, let me think about this past thing that happened in this relationship. I want to correct it. And if you want to correct it, well, good. This is the time right now for you to do it, all right? Look and see what's happened in the past. If it affected you a lot, and like I said, you want to fix it, this is your moment to do it right now. You're also going to find yourself taking a leap of faith if this is something that you corrected in a relationship, and you're thinking, okay, you know what, I'm going to go with this, and I'm just going to do that, and I'm just going to try. I'm not going to make you any promises that whatever you had in the past is going to work in the present. That's why it's in the past, but I got to tell you, it's something that just might happen, all right? So I want you to look at that really, really closely. Also, if you don't have someone with you right now, there could be a gathering, or there could be maybe friends just that they get together. And now, if this is the case and this does come up, there could be somebody in your life that comes about, and it's somebody in your past. Maybe it's a friend, and you might just fall in love with that person, or that person might fall in love with you. I mean, and you're friends from the past. So these are things that might occur right now for you, all right? So there's a quickness, or you feel that there's a quickness, or you feel that things are happening too fast, then they're happening too fast, okay? So pay attention to that. Also, you're also going to feel some kind of jolt through your body, like you have all this energy all of a sudden that's just going to make things happen, all right? You're going to have an opportunity for quick change, because everything's going to be coming like really, really fast, and you're going to say, you know what, bam, I can do this. I want you to make sure that you look before you make changes, all right? There's something or someone new that's going to come into your life. Listen, whatever this is, it's going to have a very good effect. If it's a business proposition, it could have a lucrative effect. But you need to pay attention, very much attention, all right? Now, if there's negativity, be careful, because that's what it's going to bring you, negativity. So try to get those people away from you, those negative people, get them away from your surroundings. Also, you might find that your patience might need a little bit of work this week, all right? There could be some friends that might find that you are emotionally demanding, or on the other hand, you might find that you're a little bit emotionally demanding right now. So what I want to suggest to you is that you try to control yourself, all right? Don't lash out. Do not lash out, all right? At anything that's being said to you. I want you to think things out before you jump, all right? Soon enough, you're going to see that everything's going to return to normal. But you know what? Keep your eyes open to those opportunities that are coming up for you, that are going to be oh so beneficial. Now, let's go to Gemini. All right? Now, Gemini, you're going to find yourself a little bit oversensitive this month, all right? You might gonna find yourself a little bit sentimental this month, where you might say, you know what, there's a lot of sentiment, there's a lot of crying over anything. I mean, there's sadness, there's anger, there's disappointment. All these kind of things are gonna rise to the top right now, and you're gonna find, hey, bam, 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 this is just going up, and you can't control it. So that being the case, try to socialize as little as possible maybe this week. You might feel that you need to isolate yourself, or you might want to go and isolate yourself a little bit. You also might feel a little bit weak this week, all right? And if that's the case, and just kind of like trying to gather your thoughts and putting yourself together, this is going to be able to help you, and it'll help you in recharging yourself, okay? It's going to give you a little bit more energy for the next day, all right? For whatever your life is bringing to you and the things that are upcoming to you. Right? Do not allow any kind of tension or discussion or an argument. Don't let that shadow, all right, whatever it is that you're working on, or whatever the entire collaboration has been about, whatever you've done. I mean, don't let anything bad kind of break that apart, anything that you're working on, right? You're also going to find that there's going to be some kind of financial reward that might suddenly appear. I mean, this should just happen just like that, okay? And again, I gotta tell you something, it's not too far on that distant horizon. I see it pretty close, okay? If you continue to push into love, or you continue to push into issues of love, you're gonna come out on the losing end if it's somebody or someone you're having an issue with, or somebody who likes you, or somebody who you like. Try not to get too involved with that right now, because you might just come out, like I said, on the losing end of that. I want you to worry less about a relationship, if it is that you have one, and try to, you know what, work on the moment, work on that moment, all right? Avoid, what I'm saying to you, arguments. Avoid anything that's going to be negative for you, all right? Just enjoy whatever the moment brings, be it today, be it next week, be it tomorrow, be it next month. Just enjoy it, all right? Now, I gotta tell you something, Gemini. Everything will not always come out the way that you might want it to come out, right? There's some things that you might need to bow down to. You might need to learn to accept other people's comments or other people's daily dispositions. Just watch out for that. Also, please focus on your health. Remember, there's a lot of positive things coming your way. There's a lot of light coming your way. I mean, and there is a lot of light at the end of the tunnel. Just kind of take it easy. Relax. De-stress. Isolate if you can. You know, think about your day. That kind of thing. That's going to work for you. Now, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer. There could be someone who's challenging you, or something that you feel is challenging you that's going to come up to you, and that might leave you a little bit frustrated. Now, whatever the situation is, just make sure that you embrace it, all right? Emotional truth is going to come out, and that's going to come at you really, really soon, where, you know what, you're going to have to just say it as it is, all right? And also, if it's not the case where you say it as it is, there's somebody who's going to come out and tell you something that you might feel is going to hurt you a little bit. But you know what? Take it as it is. Don't let it worry you. Whatever it is that you do, do not try to control any kind of situation. Wait and see what insights are the ones that arise. What is it that comes up? Let's see what comes up. Okay, make sure you let the tension subside before you make any kind of decision on anything, or before you take any kind of action on anything. So let it kind of like rise up. Look and see what's coming up before you make any kind of decision, like I'm telling you. Now, this week you're going to be going through giving and taking. And when I say giving and taking, it's going to be through motions. I want you to learn to listen a little bit better than you usually do. All right. And you need to listen to the emotional needs of other people that surround you, and especially if you have a partner, because somebody might want to say something and you're not giving them that opportunity to do or say what they want to. Give them that little bit of space. Also, you're going to find that there's going to be some kind of obstacles that are going to be created by other people. Now, I want you to tackle whatever comes your way one by one, piece by piece. All right. Patience is going to be key here. There's also going to be a lot of tough decisions that you're going to have to make. Make sure that you keep your eyes open and be very, very aware of the people that you are associating with right now. Okay, now you have to keep in mind that not everybody that comes up to you or that surrounds you comes in with good intentions, or maybe they have the best intentions. It doesn't work that way. All right, so I want you to keep your eyes open to the people who you are surrounded by right now. Now, what you can do is maybe try to spend some time outdoors, try to relax a little bit, try to get some vitamin D wherever you're at that you can get it. All right, do a little bit of research on maybe some things that you wanted, or maybe some things that you've been putting off. You might want to do some research. Look and see what comes up. All right, don't let negative discussions or conversations spoil your mood. Don't let it happen. All right, I want you to try and stop challenging everybody who might contradict you. If somebody contradicts you, kind of let it ride. You know, enjoy yourself, enjoy your person. All right. What you might want to work on right now is your professional image, your personal image, how you communicate with other people. And the reason I tell you that, because there's going to be opportunities that are going to be coming up for you, and how you present yourself and what you say is going to help you, and I do mean that quite a bit. All right, just get ready for that. That's coming up to you. Now, Leo, find that after some weeks in the past, and we know that because many people have gone through this, you might find that there's going to be a lot of delays, or maybe there were faulty relationships that you were having with people that are around you. Maybe they weren't working as well as you wanted them to. All right, and so on and so forth. I mean, things that happen with people, more or less. Now you're gonna have a very big opportunity to bring up what's hidden inside of you, things that have been hurting you, and you might bring it up with people that were hurting you in the past, or things that happened in the past and you didn't say it. You're going to be able to say it now. Now, understand something. The universe wants you to shine in the public arena, and you will definitely, and without a doubt, you're going to show your strength. You're going to be able to do that. Your communication is going to be more effective. It's going to be more open. More people are going to want to see you. There's going to be more people who are going to want to be around you. They're gonna know, and not just know, they're just gonna want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. All right. You're also gonna find that there's gonna be a lot of pressure that you've been hanging on to. There's been pressure on your back, and some of that's gonna be eliminated. All right. It's gonna be coming off you. And I do feel that a lot of that was accumulating inside of you, little by little. Maybe you were doing too many things at the same time, or you had a lot of responsibilities, or you felt that, you know what, everybody counts on you to do everything else. But that's kind of go away right now, little by little. Now, make sure that you're watching out for your nerves. I see you're a little bit nervous, that little bit of tension. Just kind of make sure that you protect your nerves, all right? I want you to work on long-term relationships, whatever it is, be it business, be it love. Work on the long-term relationships. Also, make sure that you try to relax. I want you, okay, to understand something that's very important for you. You need to go back to working out. It's just the way it is, all right? You can't stop. You need to continue to exercise on a daily basis. This is going to keep your mind strong and your body stronger. And remember, nobody likes a Leo with a weak mind and a weak body. It just doesn't work. Leo doesn't work that way. And you know it as you're watching me here. Now, Virgo, you need to do something. Many times there's things that come across you, and it's almost like you're not paying attention to yourself. However, sometimes you might find yourself giving advice to other people, all right? Or you might find yourself directing other people, telling other people what to do. And it's not that you do it on purpose. It's just kind of your habit. It's your nature, all right? But I want you to listen to you, all right? There's also some kind of money that might come up to you towards the end of the month. I don't know if you've been waiting for some money or waiting for some news that's positive. Well, all of this could come up, by the end of the month. And as soon as you get this is going to change your attitude. This is going to change your surroundings. It's going to change a lot of things around you. This is a very social time for you. So make sure that you're working in unison with your family, all right? Whatever it is, just, you know what, make sure that you work in unison. There's going to be a little bit of drama in your family. There's going to be a little bit of tension in your family. Keep in mind that there's going to be major transformation in your own life, which is going to be excellent. It's going to be very, very good, all right? Listen, even if that transformation is temporary, it's going to be positive. Whatever it is, it's going to be positive. I want to tell you, I see more of a long term than a short term. You're going to work on all these things, but it's positive, and that's what I like. You're also going to find yourself seeking clarity. You're also going to say, you know what, I need to clarify certain things and I'm not too sure of. And you're going to find yourself doing that via the phone, via in person, it doesn't matter. But there's news, there's things that you want to know that are not working, and you want to know what they are. And a lot of this has to do with your inner world, with your inner person. And whatever way it goes, at the end, you're going to feel a lot better. It's almost like, you know what, it's a big sigh of relief. Keep in mind that everything that surrounds you right now will be solved with communication and with patience, all right? I want you to keep away from mild arguments, especially with the people who you love, especially with the people who you're close to. And you might find yourself even close to somebody right now, and you might not be too sure if whoever you're close to is the right person, or is this the right decision, or do I want to be here, I don't want to be there. I mean, this is something that could be going through you right now. Now, I want to remind you of something, right? There's going to be a minor surgery that you're going to be having soon, and if it's not you, it's going to be somebody in your family that's going to be having a minor surgery, and this is definitely going to come about. I'm telling you that right now. And again, it's got to either be you or a family member, all right? But not to worry, everything's going to be okay. There were tears, if there was drama, well, all of that's going to kind of subside. It's all going onto the wayside. Not important, all right? So it's not something for you to worry about. I want to continue to remind you that whatever you want, you are going to get, all right? But you should communicate with that spiritual guide that lives inside you. Communicate. That spirituality, communicate. Let that take you down that path. Let that spirituality that lives inside you assist you. Let it ride with you. And sometimes you kind of like, don't go there, and you have to go there. All right? Very, very important. Now, Libra, I want you to understand something. There's going to be adjustments that you're going to have to make. All right? Now, these adjustments are going to be with relationships with your family. Maybe you haven't spoken to somebody in your family in a while and you're going to do it. Or maybe you haven't seen a member of your family in a while, that's going to come about. But that's going to happen, all right? Also, if you see that you're single, you might find the right piece of the puzzle that comes about, or that piece of the puzzle has been missing. You might just find it, all right? And that will work for you. Now, if you have been ignoring some issues in your past, these are going to come back to you now. And I've told you before, and I want to remind you again, it's getting closer, all right? Now, somehow, you're going to become more responsible. Not that you're not, but you're going to be more responsible, all right? There's also going to be a position or a situation where you're going to see that you're going to grow professionally, you're going to grow personally, you're just going to grow, all right? But all of this that I see, that you're growing, all these responsibilities that are coming about, I see it in the middle, all right, of you worrying about the needs of your family, or somebody in your family sick, and I see you worrying about them. Keep in mind, okay, that this is going to be very, very temporary, all right? I told you about this last week, and I wanted you to be ready, and I'm telling you again now. Again, it could be another week or another 2 weeks, but one good thing you're going to have is a lot of support. There's a lot of love from the people who are around you. If you're with someone right now, all right, I don't want you to get into a power struggle in your relationship, all right? I want you to learn to split the happiness. I like to use 100-100. Because if I say 50-50, that doesn't work for me. It's got to be 100% for each person, right? Now, in doing so, you're going to be able to keep both of you very, very happy. The people in the relationship, which is you and your partner, your spouse, whoever you're with, you're just going to both be happy, all right? Be very, very aware of gossip, all right? There's a lot of responsibilities, again, that are coming your way that I see. You're going to be able to deal with all of them, as you usually do. You are able to do that. Remember that you keep that peace. You also keep that harmony. You keep everything going like you have to, all right? So that's going to be good for you. Now, somewhere in your surroundings, either you're going to have to renovate, you're either going to reorganize, or you're going to find yourself revolutionizing something that's around you. And again, whatever it is that you're doing right now, positive, positive, positive. It will go well for you, but you have to start to do it, okay? At the end, I don't see negatives. Like I always got to tell you, save your money. Save your money. Save your money as much as possible, because you're going to need it. By the end of the year, I'm going to remind you again, you are going to need that money that you save, all right? So, now, I see your thoughts. They seem to be a little bit scattered this week, and I want you to focus on everything that's presented to you. Don't let things just kind of like fly by. Everything is going to be better at the end. But again, I want you to focus on yourself, on what you're doing, on your surroundings. I want you to look at what you want to reorganize. You might want to look at your home. Maybe there's things there that you want to get rid of or you want to redo. I mean, whatever it is, just jump in there, do it. Again, I gotta say, it's a benefit. It's not anything that you lose. Okay, now let's go with Scorpio. Scorpio, you're gonna find yourself a little bit restless right now. You're gonna find yourself a little bit on the streets. And I'm gonna recommend it to you to recharge and you reset yourself. Okay? You need to be patient with the people that surround you. Alright? You also need to be very patient with yourself, because sometimes you become very, very impatient. Things are not just going to happen with a snap. You're going to have to kind of like breathe in, breathe out. I want you to research whatever problem it is that you feel is bothering you right now. There's something in there that's bothering you. I want you to research it, okay? And I would recommend that you become very honest with the people around you. Whatever it is, just be honest. But I want you to say it with humility, okay? That honesty is going to assist you 100%, okay? Don't beat around the bush, just go straight at it. And you know how to do that. Now, I still gotta tell you something. I don't want you to make any decisions, okay? And I do mean that. No decisions, all right? Without knowing what the outcome that you want is. Go inside yourself. Tell yourself, you know what, I'm facing a problem. What's my outcome? What do I want it to be? Before you go out there and you start that humble conversation that's going to go really well for you, okay? Now, I don't want you to go out there and sting anybody. No, don't use your stinger to sting anybody, all right? I want to remind you to examine everything that you do. Examine what you want. What is it that you want at the end of the day? All right? Be very aware of what you say, especially if you're saying it out loud, or you're speaking out loud. Something you say could cause a lot of tension. I want you to try to end your day with a happy tune, with a happy song, something that puts you to bed happy and smiling, and you feel it inside you. All right? Now, one thing that you have to understand also, that there will be limitations that are going to be set for you, all right? Now, those limitations are going to be set there, and they're going to kind of obscure the progress that you want to make. So, I want you to look out for that. And that's also going to be because of someone else. Don't let anybody else bother you. Remember, be in charge of you. Understand There's also going to be an individual that's going to come up to you, and that individual that comes up to you, it's going to be like a drill sergeant. That individual is going to tell you how they want it, how it's got to be, and it's got to be here, it's got to be there, and bam, 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 bam. That might drive you a little bit crazy. And they're going to tell you how it needs to be done, and that's fine. You know what? You can listen to a drill sergeant. It's like being in line in the army, I suppose. You're there and you're listening. You might not like it, but you know what? It's not like you're going to snap back. So, before you do anything or say something, be very careful. If you catch yourself using any kind of cruel talk, you need to tell yourself to stop. And if you can catch it in your head before it starts, stop. Now, let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have to try and stop being confrontational. Understand, Sagittarius, all you need is somebody in front of you to become confrontational. Somebody who's going to bam, 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 bam. You need to try and stop, all right? Now, I want you to be very, very careful, okay, while having conversations with your partner, if you do have a partner. And if it's not your partner, maybe it's somebody in your family, just be aware of what you're saying, okay? There could be words that could be exchanged that cause major trouble for you, okay? One thing that I see here is that I see a lot of support from your family. I see a lot of support from your friends, and this is good, all right? Because when this comes in, you know, you can tell, you know what, these people are around me, they love me, they support me, they know what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, all right? Now, if you're looking to obtain some kind of money that has to do with your business or with whatever you're doing, all right, well, that's going to come up, okay? Whatever you do, okay, whatever you do, again, I want to use the word focus because it's going to be very important, but money is going to come in. And I got to tell you something, I see it more through a business or something that you're trying to make money with, or something that's material. Even if you've been looking for a loan, an example would be that. Maybe you want to get a loan for something and that loan comes through. So if that happens, you know what? I see it happening, I want to tell you, either by the middle of the week or no later than the end of the week. But there's going to be some kind of happy news that comes along with this, okay? Now, you might also find, okay, that there's going to be a lot of demands that are going to be set forth to you, and this might happen at work more so, okay? So I want you to look out for that too. Now, if you've been thinking about making a move at work, or you've been thinking, you know what, I need to choose another career path, or maybe this is not the career I want, or maybe I want to try something new, well, maybe this is the opportunity. Although there's a very small window here to do this, but I mean, if this is when you're looking, I would look right now, all right? Because some offer could come about, or an opportunity could come about, and this, if it does occur like that, look at it, visit them, all right? But make sure that everything is in the clear, all right? Everything has to happen, or you have to see it like you want, okay? And it's got to be presented to you where you can understand it. So, if you've been wanting to redo this, or do this, this is the moment. Now, and I get ahead of myself sometimes. If you're wanting, or you've been wanting to redo your home, or do some painting in your home, do it. Just make sure that you stay within budget, but start it. Because you see yourself maybe sitting down, maybe you're starting it, maybe you want to do it, and this could be the moment for you to start these little things right now, all right? Everything is going to be coming up roses for you, or at least promises from people are going to be coming up like roses for you. Pay attention, all right? Opportunities that are new. There's going to be new experiences for you. Listen, whatever you do with all of this that comes up to you, that is absolutely up to you and no one else, okay? I also don't want you to get yourself derailed by relationships that you feel might not work. You have to examine, but like I said to you, you need to examine everything, because you might feel the relationship might not work, but then again it might work. Is it a problem? Is it communication? Is it just I don't like this person and I'm forcing myself to like this person? So you got to make sure that you answer those questions before you go in there and jump and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do, all right? Whatever it is at the end of the day, like I told you before, make sure that the cards are laid out correctly and that you know what direction it is that you're going to take. Now, Capricorn, I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm going to say to you. All right. Do not let fear dictate your decisions. Sometimes it's almost like a scare. It's almost like you don't want to go there because you're thinking maybe this is going to come out wrong, or maybe this is just not the thing. You're going to find that at this moment, all right, changes are definitely coming. And I got to tell you something, that by next week, you're going to see changes that are coming. What kind of changes could be coming? What kind of conversations should come up? Maybe it could be related to a birth of a child. Or maybe you might have conversation about having a child. Or maybe you want to adopt children. Listen, whatever it is, it's fine. All right? And again, like I always like to say, if I see something good, I'm going to tell you it's good. If I see something bad, I'm going to tell you it's bad. But these are the conversations that are coming up to you. Now, relationships with family members are going to be excellent this week. But there could be differences of opinions in the relationships that you have. All right? Because one thing is with your family, one person is with your loved ones. All right? So make sure that you look at that. All right? So look and see how you're able to separate from one to the other. But there could be an issue that's upcoming, and I gotta tell you something, this is more of a love situation. All right? Now, whatever it is, beautiful. Also, at work seems to be going really, really good. All right? Money's gonna start to flow in right now. If you own your own business, you're gonna see profits starting to come in. All right, you're gonna have to deal with children, or it's gonna be something that has to deal with children. Maybe you find yourself spending more money than you thought you were on something that has to do, again, with children, or on a gift, or whatever the case is. But you might overspend, and whatever it is, it's going to be related to a child. All right, now you're going to have to also deal with people who are older than you. And by that, I mean people who are in authority. Your boss, your father. I want you to listen to the advice of elders when they bring it to you. All right. Some of the things that you're going to have to deal with might not be fun, might not make you happy. You might say, you know what, I don't want to tolerate this. But whatever the case is, just kind of like take it in, and it's going to pass. I want you to look out for more work hours that are going to be coming your way. Okay? And the more work hours you have, the better it's going to be for your pocket. One bad thing about that is that it might cause some kind of strain in your family or in your family life. Okay? So, I mean, that's something that you're going to have to decide. You're going to be able to choose, pick, however you want to do this, right? You're going to find that there's going to be many restrictions. There's going to be some hardships that are going to be occurring in your surroundings right now. All right. You're also going to find that you're struggling, okay, with situations. So you might want to overcome certain conditions that are around you, and that they're being set forth in front of you, and you find that, you know what, I can't do it. It just becomes very difficult. Okay. Also, you might have difficulty expressing yourself like you want to express yourself. Okay. You might have to deal with loss, worry. You might have to deal with grief. You might have to deal with issues of self-esteem. All of these things could come up for you right now. Difficulty with those relationships, like I said, is also there, and I keep on thinking, and I want to tell you what I see as I speak to you. Listen, if there's something that comes up with authority, be it on the street, be it with your elder, be it with your boss, as I told you earlier, just kind of like keep everything in mind here, okay? And I mean everything in mind where at the end, you know what, it'll be okay. It's going to pass, or it'll have to pass. Just don't let it become a very big problem. Also, there might be things that in the past you used to get a little bit easier, while right now it could be a little bit more difficult for you to obtain things that were easier in your past. All right. You might find yourself becoming a little bit more demanding of the people that surround you. If that's also the case, again, understand that the situations, everybody's nervous, everybody's a little bit tense. So I want you to look out for that, okay? Whatever it is that occurs will definitely make you succeed. If it's something bad, it's going to make you succeed. Although I got to tell you, I just don't see it as something bad, like it's the end of the world. I do see you going harder, trying harder, working harder. I also want to say to you, if by the end of the week, all right, you do feel that you have made no gains, or people are just hovering over you and you just can't deal with everything that's around you, I want you to do a little bit of something I want to say to you. I want you to start something that's independent, something that you can do on your own, something that you can work on your own, to start it and end it on your own terms. And this might help you take away some of the negativity, some of the pressure, some of whatever is building up around you. But do it where it's for you. Do it where you will not need help from anybody. And I gotta tell you, this is gonna alleviate a lot of the pressure that has been building up inside of you lately, because there's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things that you've dealt with and that have come across to you. So I want you to pay attention to that. Now, Aquarius, whatever your goal is for the moment, I want you to continue on that. And I want you to work on long-term goals, okay? I want you to look for that mutual respect between you and the person that you are with, the person that's in front of you. I want you to look for that mutual respect. Very, very important. You're going to feel emotionally inclined, okay, to improve your relationship. And you're going to see that it's going to improve, or it's going to start to get a lot better. Also, there could be new employment. You might get a promotion. You're going to find out whatever it is that you want, it's going to be better. Also, I got to say to you that there's going to be more responsibility that you take on right now. But this responsibility that you take on right now is not going to give you as much stress as it has in the past. You're going to find yourself achieving a lot more. You're going to find yourself being able to get more recognition, all right? And it's going to be a lot of that involved. There's going to be a lot of satisfaction. There's going to be a lot of contentment. There's going to be a lot of high self-esteem. And that's going to be coming up for you. But not just for you in the sense that, you know what, oh, I'm getting it. You're also going to find yourself in a position where you are going to give the same thing to other people. Contentment. You're going to build their self-esteem. You're going to make them happy. All of these things are things that are coming up for you, and you're going to find yourself doing it. Okay. Now, there's also a person who, if you're single, maybe you met somebody this week that just passed, or maybe you meet somebody this week that just comes along, and that person might be a love interest, or could become a love interest for you. Also, you've been waiting for news about money. That news is going to come about, and if it's not about money, maybe it could be about your home. And if you're waiting for news about that home, well, that's about to come in also. Okay, and that's going to work out really, really well for you. I want to say to you, you might find yourself winning the lottery. Now, keep in mind, the lottery is not always just have to do with money. I like to say that the lottery is something that makes you rich inside. And what could make you rich inside? Happy news, all right? Happy news, paperwork, something that you, like again, have been waiting for a while, okay? But this, I gotta tell you something that certainly is going to put you in the spot or in the position that you want to be in. I mean, you're gonna feel a lot better than you have in the past. It's been a while before or since you felt like you're going to feel. Okay. Now, also, are you handling your affairs correctly? You got to make sure that all of your affairs are being handled correctly. Is everything in order? And if everything is in order, then you're perfect. I gotta tell you that contentment is around you. There's excellent news. Whatever you've been waiting for is coming your way. So keep your eyes open. But remember what I said. Make sure that everything around you is in order. Especially your affairs, your personal affairs, or whatever it is that you have. Make sure that you have it around you and it is going like it has to. Now Pisces, everything that has to do with the love, tension, and emotional support is going to be your key. And I want you to focus on this, all right? Because it's going to be very important to you this week. You might be feeling like maybe you're giving a lot of love, but you're not getting the same love back. And that could be important. Because you know what? You're feeling it inside. It's almost like I'm giving, but I'm not receiving. All right? Now, this is going to be a very, very good week for you financially. I gotta say that to you also. All right? Whatever you're trying to do to develop that spiritual side of you, maybe if you're doing that meditation, if you're doing that yoga, whatever it is, continue to do it. I need you to follow your intuitions. Pay attention to your dreams. There could be dreams that you have, and these dreams that you have will tell you things or are going to give you news or are going to bring you news that's going to be very positive. There's going to be wealth around you. There's going to be travel around you. There's going to be adventure around you. And that's coming down the line. I got to say something to you. A lot of people think that sometimes when you say, oh, there's going to be wealth, oh my God, I'm going to be rich. No, wealth, again, has to do with you, with your inner person. I'm going to feel wealthy. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel alive. I'm going to feel like I haven't felt in a long time. That's wealth, because that's wealth for your body. And whatever feels good in your body feels good in your mind, and it makes you stronger. Okay, now the traveling part, the adventure part, put that together as you want, but that's coming down for you, all right? You're going to be able to grow. You're going to see yourself a lot happier. You're going to see how success is built. And that success that's built is coming inside of you, and it's coming from inside of you, and that's in the weeks to come, all right? You're going to be doing really, really well. Listen, at the end of the whole situation or whatever it is that you're going through, you are going to feel loved. You are going to feel cared for. You are going to feel very, very content. I want you to be as honest and transparent as you can, and as you usually are with the people that are around you. Just no drama. No, try to stay away from the drama side. Just be, who you are. All right. You're also going to find that there's going to be some ups and downs this week, and that's all right. That happens. But again, very temporary. You're going to have to maintain some kind of balance between how much money it is that you're taking in right now and how much money it is that you're putting out right now. You're also going to find yourself spending time with some of your old friends, or maybe you just finished spending time with some of your old friends. And I gotta tell you something, again, either way, if you spend that time, it was a happy moment, filled with energy, filled with love, filled with nice things, okay? But again, happy, 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 which works well for you. If you invested money in something right now, you might see some of those gains coming back to you if this is something that you did, if you invested money, all right? If you didn't, I would not recommend that you invest any money right now, but if you did in the past, then lucky you, you're getting that wealth right now. Keep in mind, as I told you earlier today, and as I spoke to you earlier, it's going to be a very positive and excellent financial week for you. Look for it. You're going to see yourself happy, jubilant, smiling. Everything's coming out just like you wanted to. And as usual, I want to thank all of you for being here with me today. Instagram, we are back. We got you this time, and you got us this time also. Please don't just hit like, follow us on Instagram, La Luna y tus estrellas. Tell your friends, promote it, share it, give it, tell them, go out there, everything that you can. Just make sure that you follow us on Instagram, La Luna y tus estrellas. On YouTube, we are La Luna y tus estrellas. Subscribe, fingers, very important. Your thumb, subscribe. La Luna y tus estrellas. And on Facebook, we are La Luna, Tus Estrellas. I want to thank all for being with us here as you are every week. And I will see you again next Monday at the same time, same place. May the blessings of the moon and the stars follow you. Thank you.